What's up, my people? This is gonna be a mukbang story time kind of thing, you know. So I'm eating this thing called Nissin Raoh. I don't know how to say it. You know, it's a ramen, king of ramen. It's king of ramens. You know, this is the fucking rey. You gotta respect this shit. You know, so I'm gonna try it out. Quick fact about me eating ramen is I never really ate ramen like that, you know? I was always like you ask me what ramen is, I'll be like, I don't fucking know what that is. You know, I'm a Latino, like, we don't eat shit like that. So now I for sure know what it is, you know? It's the god of all foods. It's fucking amazing. It's delicious. But anyways, my folks, this is gonna be a kind of review mukbang. I don't know if you pronounce it like that, mukbang. But it's gonna be a review of this and a story time. Excuse me. Of when I called my teacher a bitch and I got suspended for it, you know. So let's get into it. This shit is good, by the way. Like, I had a bit of it because it was hot and I had to try it hot. So far it's good. And I just fucking ate. Like, I just came from work and I ate. You know, my mom made some ribs, frijoles, and arroz, or whatever. So I'm kind of full, you know, but this shit's gonna slap. And I'm getting fucking fat. I gotta stop doing this shit like that. I'm getting fat. Like, you see the double chin third? I'm getting fat. Like, this quarantine is not on my side. And, you know, I got the agua, you know, for the diet. But anyways, this is gonna be a quick video of how I called my teacher a bitch and got suspended for it, you know? So, this was back in 5th grade. I was in 5th grade at the time, you know, and at the time, we had a teacher named Miss Blake. Miss Blake was a bitch. Like, she was a fucking asshole. Like, she needed to get eliminated, like, ASAP. Like, you know, she needed to get eliminated because none of us fucking liked her. But this bitch wasn't our teacher. Like, she wasn't our teacher. We had a teacher named Miss Johnson. And Miss Johnson was old. Like, she was this old lady, you know, like old white lady. And she had problems with her arm. Like, she couldn't you know, write on the wall or on the whiteboards because, you know, her arm hurt or some reason like that. So she got laid off and I guess, like, you know, she got surgery, whatever. So this bitch comes in. This bitch, Miss Blake, comes in and, you know, she had a reputation of being a bitch, you know. So we were like, fuck it, it's gonna be like we could do this shit, you know. And this bitch ended up staying the whole fucking year, you know. So I suffered. Shout out Nissin. This is good. Like, it's quality, you know. Like, the ramen I ate, it was like I live in California, and it's a place in Riverside by University Village. I don't know the name of it, but like, they give you the ramen, the pollo, the huevo, the broth, and they'll let you like choose how hot you want your broth. And I like spicy shit, so I always get like the hottest one they got to offer. And this is missing some spicy, but it's still good. It's still good. But anyways, I was in 5th grade, and like, for me, like, to go to recess was like a miracle. Like, I never really went to recess because I was always getting into trouble. You know, if I wouldn't spend it at the office, I would spend it in other people's classrooms or, you know, my own classroom. But I was never allowed to go because, you know, for whatever reason, I'm full as fuck. Like, I'm getting old as fuck, bro. I'm getting fat. Man, it's hot. But anyways, we were on the line, like, you know, like, we had designated places to line up to go back to class and shit, and we had the 4th grader, the 5th grader, the 6th graders and whatnot, and all the teachers came They got to class and they went back in. But for some reason, Miss fucking Blake was going in, like, she was like sprinting, like, like I never seen this bitch run that fucking fast. Like Usain Bolt, like, damn, like, she was like hustling. But anyway, she came like 5 minutes late. Like we were the only class out there, like, in the middle of nowhere. And she comes late and she gets us. And I was in the middle of the line. I was talking to the homies. I was like, hey, like, whoop-de woo, whoop-de woo. And she's like, Carla, go to the back of the line. And I'm like, fuck it, whatever. So I go to the back of the line. And on my way to the back of the line, I was like, whatever, fuck bitch. But I thought I said it like an inside voice. Like, I didn't think she would hear me. So I'm in the back of the line, and I'm talking to the homie. Me and the homie are talking about, like, WWE or some shit like we were into back in the days and shit. And, like, she was opening the door for us. Like, everybody was going inside and shit. And since I was the one in the back of the line, she closed the door. Like, she went, like, right in my face. And she was like, how dare you call me a fucking bitch? She was like, I am not your mother. She was like, I am not your friend. I'm not your sister. She was like, you have to respect me. She was like, I cannot believe I hear those words out of your mouth. She was like, this is not the first time I hear you talk like that. So she was like, so I know you said that. And I'm like, damn, bitch, like, who told you that, Like, I said that shit quiet. She was like, no, I asked the other students if I heard what I thought I heard, and they all said yes. And I'm like, fuck, like, you guys ratted me out, like, fucking help a fool out, like, So I thought that was it. Like an OG, I thought she was just gonna drop it. She was like gonna drop it and be like, whatever, then, I took a loss. But nah, she was like, get your stuff and go to the office. She was like, I do not want to see you for the rest of the day. And I was already used to that kind of shit at that point. I was already like, I already knew what was gonna happen. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I got my shit and I go up to the office. And the school I went to, it was like a kind of like a white school. Like, like not a white school because they had Latinos and some black kids. But it was more like the administrations and the workers were all white. Like, we didn't really have a Latino teacher. Like, we had a teacher named Ms. Dominguez, and she was fine. She was hot. But, like, she was American, so she wasn't, like, really, like, authentic. But, I go to the office and whatnot. And I'm over here thinking, like, I'm just going to chill here the whole day, and I'm just going to go home, But no, the principal was like, come here. She was like, this is your third time. This is going to be your third time getting suspended. And I'm like, suspended? I'm like, for saying fucking bitch? Like, that's a little extreme, no? And she was like, no. She was like, we're tired of your attitude here. Shit's fire. This is really fucking good. I'm also eating with a fork. Because I don't know how to use chopstick and a cuchara. No disrespect to, Japanese people. I just don't know how to use chopsticks. But anyway, where was I at? Oh yeah, she was like, we're really tired of your attitude. She was like, you're not acting right, and you're really rude, obnoxious. She was like, I'm gonna have to suspend you. She was like, for 3 days or 4 days, something. I don't think it was 3 days. So I'm like, fuck, for real? So I'm like, damn, like, it's kind of fucked up, no? Like I'm over here acting like the victim and shit. And they're like, no, like, we give you plenty of chances to get your act together, and, you still are the same. I'm like, damn, fool. Like, have some compassion, fool. Like, help a brother out, fool. Like, stop being a bitch, fool. But I didn't say that, And she called my mom's. And my mom is like, I feel sorry for my mom at the time because my mom, like, she cleaned houses. And then she was also a bus driver. She drove buses for school. So my mom wasn't, like, making the most money, She wasn't making bread out here. So, she had to leave work, because they wanted me out of there, I told them, I was like, because I didn't want to bother my mom. And I lived in Casablanca. So, like, there was a bus, Like the bus would come and pick all the kids in those apartments, and then drive all the way to the school, and then the school would get us all and drive us all the way to Casablanca. So like I didn't want to bother my mom, but she was like, "No, we do not want you here. We do not want you here." She was like, "And we do not want you here." Like Or I was like, "Fuck it, whatever." Then. So my mom comes fucking yelling, like she comes screaming in the office, like all the white ladies are like, "Damn, she brought the heat." My mom's yelling. My mom's like, "Canta, get over this. No eres un niño así, que no sé qué, que vales madre." Probably some bad words. I don't fucking remember. But, I got suspended for calling the teacher a fucking bitch, when I was like 9 years old, which is kind of bullshit because, like, I'm a fucking kid, Fuck. My bad, y'all. This is my first video doing some shit like this, so if it's not the best quality or the best angles, I'll learn. I'm gonna learn throughout the days, whatever. So, yeah, I got suspended for 3 days. And when I came back, that bitch did not want to see me. Like, she put in a request to switch me to another classroom. She was like not having it with me. It was Miss Blake. She was a ginger. She was white, skinny, like petite white ginger lady. Shout out Miss Blake. If you ever see them shit like this, like I'm sorry. Like I was like 9 years old. You can't blame me. I was living in the hood, and I only had a mom. Like cut me some slack. But this food, honestly, like I give it a 9 out of 10 because it's missing spicy. Like I like spicy, but like the noodles are like firm. They're like soft and shit. And the broth is life. The broth could bring back Jesus Christ if it wanted to. If it really wanted to, you probably could. Huh? This is how it looks like. It's called Nissin Raoh King of Ramen. This is fucking good. Anyways, my people, I'll catch you guys the next video. Hope you like it. Share, subscribe, whatever. Do your thing. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.